Have you ever said you were sorry when you really didn't mean it? You just wanted the drama, crisis, chaos, and confusion to quiet down for a little bit. Well, maybe the challenge between you and the other person does quiet down, but then internally you feel even worse than ever before. And there's a reason for that. You see, for an apology to truly be accepted, for it to be the truth, it needs to be backed up with action of changed behavior. So when you say you're sorry, what you're really doing is accepting responsibility that your behavior needs to change so the relationship can move forward. And if it wasn't your problem to start with, if you were doing it just to get some peace, well, now we got a problem because the other person is expecting you to make it all better, which is the reason why you probably said you were sorry to start with. There are a lot of reasons why we can jump in and assume or accept responsibility with our apologies when we didn't do anything wrong. But two of the most frequent that I see with my clients are projected guilt and people pleasing. Now, both of these are learned behaviors. Projected guilt is when you watched an important or significant relationship around you, typically when you were growing up, and one person in the partnership assumed complete responsibility for the processing of the emotions and the thoughts and the actions for both people. So that way, one could be alleviated from the burden, and the other one is having to carry the baggage for both people in the relationship. Oh, yeah. So projected guilt. You feel like even though you haven't done anything wrong, well, maybe what if it is me? I'll just go ahead and say I'm sorry. Well, again, if you're not backing it up with action, if you're just doing it to soothe the feelings, then it's not really a true apology. Not your fault. You were taught to do this, but you have to take 100% responsibility for moving forward. Or maybe you were taught people pleasing. People pleasing is whenever you were programmed and conditioned for others not to feel bad. You needed to rush in and do something so they didn't have to take care of their own emotional states. Okay, when you are a people pleaser, then you will, and you're always giving, you'll attract in dysfunctional takers. Not your fault. You were taught to build value into being a peacekeeper. This is how you experienced your worth. But where other people were benefiting for what you were doing, and you were paying the price. Because there's a difference between a peacekeeper and a peacemaker. A peacemaker says, I value this relationship. And we both see this challenge differently. How can we move forward to mend this? Hey, at times, all of us will do things that we need to apologize for. But when we apologize, we've got to back it up with changed behavior. So when you say, yeah, I value this relationship, what can we do? Well, you're asking them to be a bigger person just like you are. If you are constantly apologizing, if you're constantly the bigger person, you're allowing others around you to play small. At times, you may need to bring in a third party to assist you. There's nothing wrong with that because identity upgrades are social experiences. And if you're in a conflict, where you can't seem to move forward. In fact, it is said that most significant relationships are going to have over 60% of challenges that are unresolvable. So it's how you repair and then move forward. And a repair is not saying you're sorry unless there's behavior that you're willing to commit to for that repair. So until we get together again, put down the baggage of other people, people pleasing. Start doing it for yourself as much as you do it for others. That'd be a great place to start. It's not believable to stop people pleasing for them, but at least start looking at, well, what is it that you need? And if you're not sorry, maybe take a stand and stop apologizing and instead go, how can we both be bigger to be able to move through this in a brilliant way?